Hi y'all!
I'm Tamara.
And I'm Gabby.
And this is I'd Rather Be Stitching. We thank y'all for joining us today. And we apologize for being late again. We have had a lot of technical difficulties with audio and
video and lighting,
stuff not recording.
Location.
Yeah. So we are hoping for the best today. But before we begin, we hope that you will like and subscribe and help us to get more people here to our channel.
And we are going to start with FFOs.
FFOs.
I have one project finished. They were embroidered handkerchiefs for my dad for his birthday. I was like 2 months late, but I did get them done. I couldn't show them before because he is our cameraman. That would have completely ruined the surprise. I just found pictures of these symbols on the internet and just printed them out. So there was really no pattern. I made it up. And yeah, I had a good time. This is my second time finishing embroidery. And I'm glad I did finish them.
And someday we'll let him use them.
Yeah, because every time we fail to film a video,
we have to take them back.
Yeah,
we're like,
you can't use these yet. All right, that's all our FFOs. Now we're on to
whips. This is my. No wait, that's the wrong one. False alarm. This is the first one. This is my family crest I told you about. It does have some spots. I don't know where they came from because I keep it covered. But this is the pattern that my husband made on picturecraft.com. It is on 14 count Aida. It's full cross. Technically it is full coverage, but a lot of all of this out here is done in white, and I don't want to stitch white on white, so I'm cheating. But I've gotten a lot done up here, filled in across this part. And this is on my Whip Go board for this year, which I'll tell you about later. So that should be getting a whole lot more work this year. And then it's my Jan Lynn kit. This one, it's called Peaceful Shores. I've filled in some more of the sky. I know it's not ironed, sorry y'all. This was a kit. I'm using everything that came in it. And I'm continuing to trudge slowly through all this sky up here.
How many times have you delayed it?
Oh, yes. This one was actually due for a gift, which I'm not...
Year before last?
Yeah. Year before last, but I didn't make it.
A year.
So I postponed it to this past year, and I didn't make it. And so now I'm like, oh, look, there's this new invented holiday partway through the year, and I'll aim for that one now. So I have slowed way down on the stitching of it. I know. Bless my heart.
Shame on you.
The next one is a whip that I've had that I have not shown y'all before because it is for a gift. I actually have 3 whips I've never shown that are for gifts. And I'm fairly certain that this person doesn't use them or doesn't watch the video, so it's safe to show this. But I call this one Weirdos. Hold this side for me. Thank you. This one is another pattern. I found a picture that I liked online, and my husband put it into pixelstitch.net and made the pattern for it. And I am doing it on 14 count Aida. Again, this is technically full coverage, but I'm leaving off all of the black background, and I'll just be doing the characters. But then I have a little surprise that I'm putting on it later that I'm not going to tell right now, just in case that person surprises me and watches a video. But the other 2 I'm fairly certain are being watched, so I cannot show those whips until they're done. The next one is my Castle Homecoming stitch along from, oops, that is so janky. Hold on, y'all. This is from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This one was in Stitchy Gel for a while because I did this whole pond down here. This pond used to come all the way across, and there were 3 lily pads, and it was beautiful. But lo and behold, it was in the wrong spot. And when I tried to keep going, this thing was offset by like 2 stitches, and it messed all of it up. So I had to rip the whole pond out. And just yesterday, I finished getting it all ripped out and restarted stitching. So I really like this piece. I really like it a lot when I'm not ripping stuff out too. And that one, I'm hoping to, I'm never gonna get caught up on that thing. But I like stitching it, it's fun. So, moving on to the next one. I think I've forgotten something, but I don't remember what. So we're going to move on. This is my peacock. It's a peacock biscornu. I'm doing this one on blue steel Lugana. It's my first time stitching on Lugana, which I had mentioned before, and I really, really like doing it now. I like how it feels, and I like stitching the peacock. It's bright and pretty. It's a pattern I got from gather.how, and it's for a stitch along that Melissa from the Patchy Pony Stitcher is hosting with somebody else, but I don't remember who. And next is our Wandering in Middle Earth.
Our Wandering in Middle Earth. Yes. Here's mine. This is
from the Cunning Cross Stitch group on Facebook. It's a free pattern if you join their group.
14 count. Speaking of Stitchy Jail and mistakes, I had accidentally duplicated a lot of stitches and just completely messed up. So a couple weeks ago, I had to take a lot of stitches out. Everything to the right of this line here, I had to take out. But I made a lot of progress that same day. I took out all the stitches and stitched back most of them. So this is not in Stitchy Jail, but I was a little wounded by that.
Oh yeah, that was a bad day for us. That was the same day that I had to rip out
the
same
pond. Day. About 10 minutes apart, we both realized our horrible mistakes.
And we rage quit because it was ugly. It got ugly.
And hers looks amazing, which is why mine had to go first, because
I
hers is so much more
finished
impressive.
My party tree. So I officially get to start on my Hobbit house this week probably. But I really like it. I also had to rip this out twice because you know, some patterns have the little shady part of the pattern where you're supposed to overlap.
Because the pattern, if it's on like multiple different pages,
it's shaded, and then you are supposed to overlap it right there, and she did not overlap hers, hence the extra stitches. And my pattern was on 4 pages, so there were shaded parts like this, so I duplicated stitches this way and that way, so twice I ripped the foliage out of this tree. But then I finally did it right. I finally gridded it after that, put all the grid lines in after that, because I didn't want to mess up a third time. I probably would have nixed the whole thing if I'd had to rip that tree out again. So, that is the Wandering Middle Earth.
Now we're on
we have haul, but our haul and new starts have a lot of overlap, so
they kind of blend together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with probably the least impressive. It's a friction pen,
but it's purple.
And
we didn't have purple yet.
We didn't. Yeah, all we had was like
black, blue, and red.
And we love purple.
We do love purple, and we love collecting pens.
It's the simple things. And then, so I have a lot of haul because for Hanukkah, she did 8 nights of Hanukkah or Craftica.
Hanukkah. We don't know what to call it yet. We're playing with it.
But so she gave me a gift for every night. Y'all actually already saw one. She gave it to me early because it goes with my Wandering in Middle Earth. This is my favorite quote from the series. And so I was just really happy to get this needle minder. The next one was a brand new pair of really sharp scissors.
Super stabby.
Which is delightful, and it came with a little cover. Very delighted about these. Our scissors have gotten so dull.
And they're fat. The points are very fat.
I'm left-handed, and scissors tend to not cut when I hold them in my left hand. So I have to cut with my right hand. But these ones, I can cut with my left, which is fantastic.
And they really helped when we had to rip out all the stitches for that pond.
They sure did.
Yes, you're probably saying, why didn't you just use a seam ripper? Well, I did, but I ripped one little thread of the fabric when I got a little overzealous with the seam ripper. So I had to slow down and use scissors and the needle and do it the very slow, old-fashioned way.
Then my next gift for Hanukkah craft is this needle box. It's magnetic in the bottom, which I think is really cool. And I use it a lot. I really like it. And yeah, it's fantastic.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. And they're both, my scissors and my box are both floral, which I like. I like the theme.
They have the bee ones too that match, and little bee bobbins and stuff that I'd like to get for myself. At Hobby Lobby, I love them.
We love Hobby Lobby.
Speaking
of Hobby Lobby,
we should buy stock in Hobby Lobby. Lately, we've gone.
We're not sponsored.
Too often. No, we're not sponsored. But Hobby Lobby, if you want to sponsor us, we will gladly take it.
The
Free
next
merch.
thing she got for me was this kit from Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
These stained glass snowflake type things. I've done one of them, and I'm no longer in the wintry mood because it's like
hot.
75 degrees here.
Yeah.
So I have not done the second one. But
We've given up on winter.
Little thing of paint and this weird little plastic applicator stick, which is interesting. Instead of a paintbrush, it's a stick.
It's kind of cool though.
It is kind of cool. It works.
Surprisingly well.
Yeah.
I watched her doing it, and I was what's that word when you're pretty sure it's not going to work?
Skeptical.
Yes, I was skeptical. I was skeptical at first, but it worked.
I just make it look easy because I'm that good.
She's good at painting.
The next thing I got, we can't find.
Yeah, we can't
In
find it.
between attempts at filming,
Last week and this week, we lost it.
last Sunday, it was here with the stuff for filming, and today we tore apart our house and could not find it, but it is a little cross-stitch kit it's like a little mini, and it's pineapple.
It's cute.
It's really cute. You'll have to take my word for it until we can find it.
She loves pineapples though.
I love pineapples, yep. But I hadn't started it yet because I've been really busy.
It probably walked away from sadness and neglect.
Probably. She also got me this. Also from Hobby Lobby?
Yes.
We really like Hobby Lobby.
I had to shop online and order all this stuff while they were gone one day, and because we only have one car, when they are gone, I'm stuck here. So
she went a little crazy with the online shopping.
Yes.
But she knows I love making
amigurumi.
amigurumi. And I actually started this the day I opened it. But I kept making mistakes, so I unraveled it, and I haven't touched it since because
Stitchy Jill.
I've been busy. No, I've just been busy. And then my final day
Oh yes.
was actually a gift for both of us, and she
Yes.
will show you
Oh
the pattern.
no.
Not the
We're high tech now. We're embedding pictures now. We don't show them
Okay.
anymore. But we will show you our start.
We love to watch crime shows together, murder shows, particularly
shows.
Criminal Minds.
And CSI lately.
Oh, and CSI, yep, because I'd never seen it.
Here's my start.
Here's her start.
It took me a really long time because it should be fast, but it is 4 threads over 2 squares, so it's very, very chunky to stitch through these tiny little holes. But we wanted it to be sturdy and be able to go through the wash.
So we both got brand new matching hoodies, and we're both going to do that. As you can see, I have made so much progress.
Superb, stunning progress.
So much progress. You can just see the progress.
She has blown me away with her speed. It's shameful
I just dropped my note card.
How less I've done. How little. I mean.
Anyway, yeah, I feel bad, but
she's in school full time
I'm in
now.
college
full time.
And
which is why we can only stitch on, or that's why we can only film on Sundays now, because of college.
And apparently we're filming every Sunday.
Oh, that pattern.
Until we get it right.
Until we get it right. That pattern is from Demented Stitchers on Etsy. And it only has 3 colors, so. But again, 75 degrees outside, it's not really hoodie weather anymore. So I'm kind of over.
Until we get a cold snap.
Yeah.
In about probably a week.
No, it's actually supposed to go back to freezing tomorrow night.
Oh,
so
okay. Yes.
Maybe tomorrow, who knows. So more haul and new start. Oh, more haul. My haul time. I told y'all I got stamped cross stitch kits. This is one of them. And so I've since it's been brought to my attention after I bought these that some of these have been stolen from other places. Like apparently that one is Heaven and Earth, only smaller, and this one is a Joy Sunday. Originally. My apologies, I didn't know, but now I know, and I'll be better at double checking before I buy stuff. Yeah. This is like a grown-up Harry Potter-ish.
No! Harry Potter knockoff.
Whatever. I like it. I think it's a tasteful Harry Potter knockoff. And then I started this one. It doesn't have a cover on the package, but you know, we're high tech, so we'll embed it. And this is my new start. This is how much I've done. You're going to be impressed, y'all. Ta-da! Bet you're wondering what I've stitched. Well, the trick to these is flipping them over, and then you can see. But because this is a snowman, again, I'm not in the mood for it anymore, so I've moved on. Oh, but I did do a bag. A bag.
A beautiful bag.
This bag is a hateful bag.
No problems at all.
Yeah, she's so facetious right now because let me tell you about this bag. First of all, it's the same tutorial from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. She has a great tutorial. Even though this is like my 4th bag, whatever, I still have to follow her tutorial through every step because I'm not great. But this one, I bought the wrong fusible interfacing. I bought the industrial strength, heavy duty. It gummed up my ironing board. It kept jamming up my sewing machine, breaking needles.
Gumming up needles.
Oh, yes.
She was
my
not
husband
having it that
made
day.
me come in and walk away from this the day I was doing it because I was so mad. I was like growling and probably there were curses flying through the house. We can't be sure. It was ugly. But he came in, he helped clean the machine. We did some tune-ups and all the things that you're supposed to do. It didn't help. So I Googled some more and watched some more, and I ordered heavy-duty needles, which were supposed to help. It helped a little bit. And then I found in my stash this thread. It's like black fishing line. It's really hardcore. So between that and the heavy-duty needles, I was able to limp around this like every 5 or 6 inches, which prior to those, I was literally only getting like an inch before it would jam up. So I did finally make it all the way through. And then when I went to use it, it turns out this whole side of the vinyl was not actually sewn in. It was a big gaping wound. So I had to go limp it along some more. And so I was not happy about any of that.
But it's done.
It is
done.
done.
It's a usable bag.
It is usable.
And you can just kind of ignore
all the janky bits.
The weirdness.
Yeah, it's so, bless its heart, it's not pretty. But
the next one makes up for it.
So makes up for it. So in the last video, I told y'all I was going to do the Wind Moon Fairy. It's by Neen Thomas. I bought it on Sonia Cross Stitch Etsy shop. And this is for a stitch along, originally for a Princess Birthday Sal that Allison from Cross Stitch the Globe is doing. But shortly after that, Hannah from Mrs. Hannah Wolstenholme said she was doing a Fancy Lady Birthday Sal. Both of their birthdays are in January, so happy belated birthday, ladies. But I decided to use this for both of them because I watch both their shows all the time. But they both mentioned these in December. And I get very,
She had too much time to prepare.
Impatient. I had so much time to prepare. So first, I bought the fabric. This is the fabric. I'm not giving spoilers yet, so just there's the fabric.
It's white Aida. Can't you tell?
It was white Aida, yes, 14 count. But first I dyed it gray, and then I squished it and dyed it blue on top of that, and then we smushed it and gently dipped it in a navy blue dye. All of these are RIT dyes, but the navy blue...
I was guiding her the entire time. I was giving her my sage advice for color because I'm her color girl.
Is professional
colorist.
In case y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm an expert on color.
So we did dye the fabric, and then I had way too much time on my hands and way too impatient, so I made my own little floss drops. I just cut these moon shapes out of cardboard, and I glued the pretty paper. What are those pretty papers called? Scrapbook.
Pretty papers?
Yes.
From Hobby Lobby. And there's multiple patterns.
Yes. We have a whole book of these moon and star papers. So
celestial.
Yes, celestial.
Purple.
Beautiful papers.
Yep.
That we hardly ever get to use. So I made a bunch of floss drops from it. And then hold up a minute.
Oh, where's mine?
Oh, we are missing some stuff because we've been through this before. I made 2 of these. Did you find it?
Yes.
All right. I made 2 of these needle minders. I never made a needle minder from anything but buttons thus far until these. I saw a tutorial. I'd love to tell you from where, but I don't remember. But it was just using balsa wood to just Mod Podge whatever you want onto them. So this again is that same pad of pretty paper, and I just Mod Podged it and
made 2 of them. She gave one to me.
So ta-da!
Ta-da!
Needle minders that match. And then I still had like 2 weeks to go, so I found this amazing fabric with the proper lightweight interfacing. I made this bag from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. It's still a little janky on the back, but that's just because I don't sew very well yet. So
there was no growling.
There was
this one.
No.
There was no rage.
It was beautiful. It was fantastic. And then there was still time left before it started, so I made my very first zipper pull. Which, hold up a minute.
She'd love to show you.
There's this beautiful, there we go, the star. Look at that pretty star. The star I had to get, and the jewelry kit with the alligator clips and the eye pins we had to buy. But we have tons of beads.
We have a drawer full of them.
It's a big drawer too. And now that we have these eye pins and these alligator clips, we can make all kinds of stuff. Earrings and more zipper pulls. There's just no end to what we're going to be doing now.
Possibilities are endless.
So endless.
Show them the actual progress.
Oh, who cares about the project, right? Woo.
Hey, give me that.
Here's
She's
a
got a
needle.
loose needle.
Okay, I just took it off the needle minder.
This is how things get lost. This is how needles get stepped on.
This is why we can't have nice things. Okay, this is the actual progress to my princess fancy lady stitch-alongs.
Wind Moon Fairy.
Wind Moon Fairy. And guess what I found out, y'all? The Wind Moon is actually in April, which is my birthday month. So, yay. It's pretty. Oh my gosh, I was holding that sideways. Sorry.
Every time we filmed, until now, I've asked her if she had it right side up.
This is
the
right
one time
side
I trusted her. The one time I trusted her.
Don't make me laugh, it's shaking. Okay, so this, you can tell because this is a bouquet that she's holding and that's her arm. So I am loving stitching this. I think it's beautiful. And I think it's supposed to be, yeah, this is supposed to be full coverage. I'm going to cheat here with this picture. It's supposed to be full coverage, but I dyed the fabric to look like the night sky. So I'm just going to do the moon and her and the cat and all the little fluttery bits that are falling, which I think are petals.
Yeah, that's probably petals.
So that is the actual progress I've made on that. I love it.
And then
we have
more haul. Technically more haul.
And new start.
Yeah, but we'll show the haul first. Oh, I've got a needle. Oh, it's
Oh,
attached.
that is also
That's
have. Oops, sorry. I'm so sorry. I got.
Where's the little board?
You have it.
You have it. You stole it. We're having difficulties. Sorry.
Okay, we have 2 of these new hoops because we have so many projects, and by we I mean mostly me have so many projects going that I'm running out of these. So I have 2 new ones. Gabby has one that she's using.
And coincidentally, that one matched her Wind
Moon Fairy. Yes.
Completely on accident.
And the other
nice
one
surprise.
matches her whip that we're fitting to show you. And I mean,
it does.
I mean, fixing too.
Except you're not going to get to see the other one because we didn't bring it into the filming area ahead of time.
This one.
It's not on the
Oh, the hoop. Well, trust me, the hoop is the same color as this. It's just small.
Anyway, we went to one of the most loveliest places on earth.
It's a quilt store.
Mm-hmm.
There's
we have
2
two
of them
in our town.
Yes.
And the first one was just a quilt
quilting
store.
stuff.
And we don't quilt, so it was not the most interesting
Not
to us.
Yeah. It's
But
a nice
the
shop.
the second one
Oh.
had huge
Candy
jars of buttons
Yes.
all over the store.
All over the store. Buttons.
Big, huge ones.
And
you
they were
just
cheap.
Rummage. You just shove your hand in there and rummage around for buttons.
And she
There's
gave us
so many
permission
different kinds.
to dump the jars out if we wanted to.
We didn't.
We didn't because
But-
we're polite, but how cool would that have been?
And so we did get quite a few buttons.
We did.
And we have already turned a couple of them into needle minders.
Ta-da!
These little bronzy yin-yang type things.
Which she doesn't like when I call them paisley.
They are not paisley, they're yin-yang.
But they're pretty. And
Anyway.
they're needle minders.
And we are using matching ones.
And they
for
go to our new start.
Matching new starts.
Yes. Which,
You can go first.
you don't want to put them both up here?
No, that seems like a pain.
Oh.
Logistically.
Okay, so these are the temperature dragon. It's the first time we've ever done a temperature chart of any kind, and when I saw the dragon, I knew that this had to be the one we did first, because it is just so cool. So I'm doing the high for the day, and Gabby is doing the low for every day.
And I'm doing it. There were 2 color
Oh, yeah.
schemes that were offered
Charted.
and set up.
Yep.
And she's doing the basic one, and I'm doing the one that's called Jewel Tones, and then the lows for the day. I did realize that my dragon is kind of going to look skewed because the chart is designed for the highs of the day. So the lowest temperature category is like 28 and below.
But normally we
and
don't
that's
get
this
that cold.
light. But because I'm doing the lows,
Mhm.
I get a lot more of 28 and below.
lately, which is weird. You'd think we'd had snow, but we didn't.
But it's okay. I like the color.
It's pretty.
I've been stitching with it a lot, so this day right here, this gap, is supposed to be another day of that purple. And I just skipped it yesterday when I was trying to get caught up. I've been trying to stay caught up on this thing, like stitch it every day, but I got like a week behind because of homework.
I have no excuses.
And I was working really hard over the weekend to get caught up. I think I'm still technically like a day behind, but that's okay.
I also got a week behind and was working to get caught up, but I got off the hook last night when I discovered that the next 3 days were all in the 70s, and I thought, well, we're not going to need those colors for a while because it's January. But then it got up to in the 70s this past week several times, so I have from like 68 or 67 and up in temperature.
Fahrenheit.
We didn't have those colors ready because I thought we had a month at least, if not 2, before we had to worry about it, but we didn't. So I have 3 days worth of orange that I don't have that shade of orange in my stash, if you can believe that. Because I'm very good about shopping my stash, but I didn't have it. So that
is it this?
Hold on, yep. But that is from the Etsy shop named Christy DeClement. I'm not sure if I said her name right, but we love it so far. Each one is pretty small for the day.
Just a few stitches. When we're actually
on time,
it's
like
really
40
quick.
stitches or so.
Easy.
So very easy. But plans.
And almost a new start. It's almost a start. I feel like we should show this first.
We are going to show it, but technically it's just plans right now. It is for the Superb Owl Stitch Along, because I'm a sucker for Stitch Along. And I just liked Superb Owl. It's for the Super Bowl. You get it? So, Super Bowl is February 11th. This is for the Stitch Along that the Stitchers Collective is doing.
We haven't begun anything, but we dyed the fabric.
We did dye the fabric. Look how pretty it is. It's greens. Well, yeah. I guess technically it's one green, and then we put a gray wash on it because it came out like this
really
green apple
bright,
candy flavored fabric.
It is actually green apple
flavored.
Grit dye.
Yes.
Flavored?
Whatever.
Flavored. Colored. That's the color of the Rit dye.
But we did a gray wash to tone that green down. And then
we wanted it kind of like a foresty hue.
Like
a,
in
like
the forest
in the
on
forest.
a summer day.
With
under the
dappled
trees.
Sunlight.
Yes. Because we're doing 100 owls from Owl Forest Embroidery. So, we haven't actually started it yet, but we did just get the dye and the fabric
white
done.
Ada.
Yeah, it was white Ada.
Was before.
We love white Ada because we are having a lot of fun
We're
dyeing
going to have
it.
a whole rainbow of dyes eventually.
Yes. We have a lot of fun. So, more plans. Okay, this is my first year doing WhipGo. Here is my WhipGo board. And for those of you who don't know, WhipGo is like a crafting bingo. You can put any goals on it that you want. And Jessie Marie Does Stuff is a YouTube channel. She's the one that calls the numbers every month. She'll call 2 numbers. And you have essentially the whole year to finish all of it. But you're supposed to try and get it done in the month it's called. So January, she called 9 and 22. So I have stitch alongs. And originally I was just going to do a stitch along for 5 days that month as my goal, but that seemed way too easy. So I'm doing every stitch along that I'm stitching on, I have to do 5 days for that month. And I actually have almost finished it. I have to do the peacock 1 more day for January, and then I've made that goal. The other one is to finish a page of my family crest, which I have been steadily working toward, but
is that like finishing
like a whole page? Yes, a whole page of the chart. And I'm almost done with that first page. It's not actually the first page because I finished like 3 other pages of that chart already, but of the page that I'm working on, that's almost done. So I am doing that. But also, Elle from Keystone Stitcher is doing, okay, so a lot of people are doing 24 projects or 24 new starts in 2024, which to me is way too much for me because I am a recovering monogamous stitcher, like the recovering monogamous stitcher is. But so I decided just that I would have 24 projects in 2024. So I listed all of my current whips, of which there are 15, but like 4 of those I am not working on at all anytime soon, but technically they're whips. And then I have other spots that are open for particular things, like a birthday start. I'm going to do a New Year start, which our New Year is Rosh Hashanah, and then I'll do a Hanukkah start when Hanukkah gets here. And then I still have 4 openings for anything I want to start at some point, anytime during the year.
Heaven knows there probably will be things.
Yes, there's already been things that I want to start, but I haven't yet. I've been good. But anyway, so that I'm having the 24 projects in 2024, but Elle from Keystone Stitcher is doing 24% of projects in 2024 because she is mostly full coverage stitcher and she does ginormous pieces. So she picked 3 or 4 projects that she's working on, and she's going to get those projects to 24% by the end of the year. So I'm also doing that with her. And the ones I picked to do that with are The Weirdos, Castle Homecoming, Wandering in Middle Earth, and the Moon Wind Fairy. I want to get those 4 projects to at least 24% by the end of the year. So those are my plans for the year.
And if you're wondering about my plans, I have none.
Oh, I was ready to hear your plans. Okay, so
sorry to disappoint.
Crochet segment for anyone who is interested in the ongoing saga of the dog sweater. I did make another dog sweater for our Chihuahua with Gabby's instruction because she is better at
my sage advice. I'm not sure it was helpful in this case.
It was helpful actually because she does amigurumi, which is always in the round, and I do not crochet in the round. I do squares usually. So she helped me to do a decrease on this. So it made it a little...
I'm sorry. There's a bird just landed on a bird feeder.
She's part cat, in case y'all were wondering.
I just like birds. I'm
Bird.
sorry.
Squirrel. Anyway, she helped me do a decrease in this to make the neck hole smaller and to make it a little snugger here, but it's a little too snug in her midsection. So I'm gonna have to make another one that's a little bigger. But I did finish this one, and Mixie.
I think it's a house finch.
Mixie, come here.
Female.
Come here. She's old. Hold on, y'all. Come here.
Old and stubborn. Mixie, come here.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Can't quite reach you. Come here. Come here. Okay, so I did go back and finish her pink one. I cheated. I just put a ribbon, I threaded a ribbon through this and just snugged it up because I don't know how else to make something that's too big fit. But see how cute she is?
Wait, she's terrified.
She doesn't.
Mixie. Just let her go. Just let her go.
She doesn't like clacky surfaces. So yeah, this one is way too big, but ta-da! She's so pretty. And then the other dog had been exceptionally whiny lately. This was last week when it was cold, and we all 3 came to a consensus that she was probably just really cold. So I started...
There's a male house finch now.
I started one for her. She's a hefty girl, so it's a lot bigger. But this will be the... I think this is this the neck hole? I'm not sure. No, I think it goes from the midsection up, and then I have to finish from the midsection down separately. So this is basically from her midsection, but we'll see. I have never made one for her, and since I have to wing it and just measure her and hope for the best, that's what I'm doing. So I'll let y'all know in the future. We are still trying to do this once a month. So hopefully this turns out. And I do have some shout outs before we go. For my last video, I had a list of people that I watch regularly, and I wanted to mention them, and I did, except for I had accidentally folded the thing in half and I left off one, and that is Stitching in La La Land. Her name is Lauren. She's lovely. I love her videos. She's very sweet, and she was very gracious when I told her that I had forgotten her. So she's at the top of the list this week. Also, I told y'all about Dark Cross Stitch in the past, but technically her channel is actually called Dark X Stitch. So if you've tried to find her and couldn't, that's my fault. I also like My Daily Hades. She just does the Heaven and Earths. And lately I've been watching Mad Morty and the Brahm and Harpy Stitch. And I recently found the Giddy Stitcher. I like her. I hadn't seen her before, but she has a lot of videos out, and she does stuff that's not just cross stitch. She does all kinds of videos. So
Next video, I'm gonna talk about birds. I'm
no,
just kidding.
Not.
I'm gonna talk about my crochet. I'm gonna do a
crochet
FFO parade and a whip parade for my crochet.
But we'll put it at the end for the ones of y'all who aren't interested in crochet, like we did today. But that's all we have today. Thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.